Bad choice.
All right. So whether or not they switch things up, especially as we enter this third game of the series, they've always been on game 3s, by the way, so far.
Yep.
In the past 2 series they played in MPL. Oh.
Okay, yeah, now this Valentina ban means they can prioritize the Kalea.
Yeah. Okay. Still a lot that we're expecting to be banned out. That's including the Freyas.
Yeah, for sure. Hilda.
Hilda's. Oh, wow! They banned the Kalea themselves.
Okay, I think... So that's going to be a Leomord rush? Or are we going to see a unique first pick from them as well?
Yeah.
Kalea, Valentina... Sora's also going to be open, actually.
Wait.
They might be fighting for the Sora instead.
Because of the Valentina ban, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So...
Majority of first picks have either been Eve, Valen, Leomord. There was that rare first pick Claude.
Yeah, that's the rare first pick Claude.
Yeah.
But after like what's been happening against the Harrigan lane, probably wouldn't be as wise.
Yeah.
You could hear the fans chanting one more. That's on the side of Falcons, by the way, in case you guys were curious.
I thought they were chanting Team Falcons.
I thought they were saying isa pa.
No, it's Team Falcons. How did we both hear very different things?
Okay, it's because of the headset.
You heard it in Filipino. I heard it in English.
Okay, it's because of the headset.
Isa pa means one more. That's completely different from what I said.
I'll ask the community manager later or something. He'll just get to confirm that.
Honestly, if it's open, just go for the sword. It was impactful for Kurt. It was impactful for Flap. And it makes a lot of sense if ONIC want to take that away from him.
Okay, last ban. So the Hilda's still available if they don't take it out. I don't think they've been really putting in so much attention to that, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Or maybe they just really wanted to try out that glue Valir combination earlier or something.
If both Leomord and Sora open, then that becomes a trade.
Yeah.
If either one of them gets banned out here and then one gets the other, I think Falcons might have to settle for picking up the Harith again if they want to go fast.
What if they just go Harith?
Sir, what's your command?
Okay, Fanny, so they both open the Leomord and the Sora.
Okay.
Alright. Sora
or Leomord.
Sora Leomord.
I honestly think just go for the Sora.
Do they really not want to go for Eve first? Or maybe just because, yeah, there's still a Leomord possibility, but...
Yeah.
There's no Valentina either way. Okay, so this is the first time they actually first pick the super Prince hero in the series.
If Falcons can go full dive, they can pick the Claude later. Go the Leomord and then... Oh, pick up Leomord and Sword at the same time.
Ooh.
Just get your formation breakers. Someone who could just easily just jump on the members of ONIC.
So is it going to be another Claude Harith matchup, but the Harith has an Eve by his side?
Oh, that's true. Maybe Falcons would want to pick up the Harith for themselves.
Yeah.
Man, whatever happened to the fighters in the gold lane other than Freya?
I am okay with them being completely gone.
Are you? Are you tired of seeing it?
I'm very tired of it.
Remember when we were happy to see it? Like the change up in the gold lane?
Yeah, it was an interesting change, but then I got tired of it eventually.
I could hear it in his voice.
I was going to say, you're like, something's not right here.
It's good to see our carries being carries again, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still, it's funny though, because even in the gold lane, like there's so many options there, you know, and it's just like, you're still seeing a whole lot of Moskov, Claude. Not too much variation. Now the YSS, I guess, is probably the biggest switch up in that. But yeah, so Team Falcons will already get that Sora and the Khalid locked in.
Should be the Harith, right? Like,
Harith or the carry is what I'm thinking of. But the Harith with the Khalid, Sora, yeah, could be good. Or YSS again, you know.
YSS. Yeah.
Ooh, they go Cho.
Okay.
Okay, Cho Khalid matchup, typical.
Okay.
Who's this going to be? Okay,
They're
Claude.
still picking Claude.
Are they trying to bait Marco to pick up the Harith right now?
But if they do...
Isn't that fine, though? It's like, it's technically... I think Marco is fine with the matchup.
Yeah, he's fine with the matchup.
We saw it in game 2.
RWM, you have the Cho to force out the Purify. But then there is the Sora. Yeah. They go for the Harith. Wow.
Yeah, not what I expected, especially after what happened in game number 2. It's not also a flex. You see exactly where these heroes are going to go, or at least for ONIC, you know that this is a gold Claude. So Falcons, are they? Would ONIC consider like another full-on dive comp? If let's say they take out the other remaining options for King Kong, there's still a Harley available.
Yeah. Harley would be pretty good.
For ONIC?
Yeah.
Yeah, if they go full dive, if they go like full aggro and they close out with like something like a Harley, Yu, Zhong, that's gonna be rough.
Because I'm thinking, why did they force out the Harith in this kind of situation where it's always been the Claude on the losing side of.
Maybe that does mean they're gonna be picking up Harley.
Yeah, it was banned out in the. Was it game 1?
Yeah.
Game 1 banned out. Okay. There's the Baksha.
Yeah. Okay.
Jungle options for Team Falcons.
Blue would be open. We also don't see the mid lane for Haji just yet.
Haji doesn't have the Valentina. Still has the Zetian Farsa.
Yeah,
but
the typical
again,
options.
the dive. You have to think about the dive.
You know what's okay? Here's
Kimi.
Here's my RG. Here's my RG brain speaking.
What?
All right.
I know it's not gonna happen, but Eudora. That's my RG brain talking, and I'm not gonna bring it up
Do
again.
you want to add to the list of quote-unquote dark system picks that have shown up here in S17?
Is Eudora Dark System?
Kind of? Nah? Is it
Is
not?
Valier?
Valier's not dark system.
Valier's not. Because you see it
He's
in...
a fire system.
Sure. Sure, Unc.
If there's a light system, dark system, then why can't there be other stuff, man?
All right. You know what? That's right. We
Okay.
can have different types of systems.
It's the end of the weekend
Yeah,
here.
see, there's no Leomord Baksha anymore.
They can go Hayabusa. They can go Hayabusa again. I wonder if they can go Suyo.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, Suyo for
Crowned by
Kyle.
heaven's mandate.
No, Zetian.
Would be all right.
Legacy shall
See what?
endure.
Oh my god. Unless you're brave enough to still pick up the Farsa.
Yeah. I wonder if there's also a chance ONIC might swerve this into their old school XP Cho for Kirk later.
Ah.
If it doesn't go to Brusco. So you can also have him being the one getting the vision, and then they can whip out a surprise Gatot Eve in the mid, and then an XP lane Cho. So you have a lot of things to force out the Purify and reactions from the Harith. The thing is, you have to worry then about the entry of the Sora. Tough equations here. You said Kimmy earlier, could be okay?
Oh, there's the Fred. Utility with the boxer band now. You might as well just take the Fred. It's probably just going to be a Farsa too, no?
Chovalier would be okay.
Chovalier?
Yeah.
But there's a...
But there's a Eve.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Wow, I zoned in way too hard on them picking up Chovalier. My bad.
Another old school thing is... Nah, that's not gonna happen.
Cho XP, Gatot, Rome.
Oh, I can't believe they're not picking up the Hilda at all, too.
Yeah. No, they can't.
Yeah.
Nah,
Nah, there's the Suyo. It's not gonna be a Harley or anything.
Yeah, it goes to ONIC.
What's the other dive?
Charisma.
Okay.
Okay. The
Charisma.
NPC EXP is what I would like to call him.
Why'd you call him that again on day 1?
Because he's really just there to be a body, man.
What you call him again?
An NPC,
NPC.
EXP.
NPC.
Not to say,
EXP.
I'm not dogging on the pick. I like the Rizla.
Yeah.
But he's like, what was Midnight's term when we were talking about him? For
Yes.
Midnight, it's placeholder.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Hi,
It's just
I'm here.
there.
But I do my job. I do it right. It's good.
He's a body of Smith,
Yeah.
man.
He's a body of Smith. That's true.
Oh,
He's the body of
yeah.
Smith.
Well, if he does land that penalty zone, especially on Super Marco, that would be big.
That's like all he does, though. Like, it's his penalty zone. But,
Yeah.
you know, he doesn't, like, even his revenge strike and the big swing and everything else, like...
There's
There's
the
the
Kimmy. Yeah.
Kimmy.
All right, there's the Kimmy.
So-
Kimmy Fred, classic
Kimi
combination.
Khalid.
Yeah.
Kimi Khalid.
Kimmy Khalid.
Good old combo. Okay. So I don't want to automatically lean in towards a lineup that are playing with the Fred and the Harith together. There's a lot of sound ideas in the side of ONIC.
Yeah.
Of course, with the Chokali together, they'll be matching each other's rotational speed. You have great poking in the center of the map. Ogwin needs to time out his quicksand guard or it will get cancelled by Jeet Kune Do. Then you're also going to be playing around the Eve and Terizla, so you have the Terizla being your main body holding up front. But again, because of the access that the Sora has, how easy it is for it to just set up and access the back line, I'm just really going to be watching out for Super Friends and whether or not he positions well and if he has really good help. Because Falcons really have to keep their eyes on him and take him out immediately. Without the Eve, it's going to be tough for ONIC to make it work.
Well, let us know what you guys think. It's the last game of our opening weekend here in this Game 3 between ONIC and Team Falcons. Who's got this one? Let us know in the comments below when we jump in to Game 3 here. Let's take a look at our setup here in the mid lane. If they can actually potentially get an early kill like we saw before Ogwin. Oh, he's not going to misstep it this time.
Actually, unfortunate in the trade that Haji did not get that immobilize up on Brusco. It could have brought him down a little bit more, made this next trade more deadly.
Okay.
Oh, good rotation by Kirk.
Yeah, Kirk. And
look at the placeholder.
The NPC.
The NPC.
He's here.
That's right.
He's got a revenge strike.
I'm not calling Kirk an NPC. I'm calling Terizla an NPC.
Yeah,
Terizla.
Hero. Okay.
I'm sure you guys have played Terizla or at least seen him, and you know about how much he can do. Now, granted, I will say this about Terizla, man. He's, because of his pass to the body of Smith, he's actually quite tanky, you know? So once he uses the penalty zone, he can actually soak up a ton of damage and even ultimates, and he's still alive. So we'll have to see how Kirk utilizes this.
Oh, okay. Now the immobilized lands. Fortunately, because Ogwin could have been in a very tight spot there.
Yeah.
All
Perfect. The thing is, you're not going to gank or flank this Terizla. It's a waste of resources to do so.
Yeah.
So now it's just up to Flap to make sure he gets the clear wave faster, join the turtle first, and then they just have to be careful with the penalty zone entry of the Terizla. Oh. That's why we call him a placeholder / NPC.
Oh.
Yeah, I think on the Tagalog broadcast they
mentioned it too.
Yeah, they mentioned it as well. That's just how Terizla is right now. But Turtle's up here. Some level 4s missing. They're going to go grab that XP up top. Flap definitely needs that. Bit of a heal here too. ONIC in position. They might be the ones to start this up again with the broken walls here in place. Off on this back side, the Turtle's going to go for a bit of a reset. So they just want to wait for all these level 4s to be available till they commit to it.
Okay, Brusco's about to get his level 4. Flap goes in first though, but the counter penalty zone. Kyle with the retribution to secure the Turtle for his team, and he will still get out of that real world manipulation.
Yeah, Ogwin was able to use a quicksand guard just in time. Savero coming in from the gold lane through the river did not take Ogwin down. Oh no!
Savero just got caught by that energy eruption, and Super Marco 2 gets a kill on Kirk.
Give Marco the Harith, and he'll make moves like that. Put Team Falcons ahead now. 2 on the board and the Turtle.
Can't believe they chose the Cloud over the Harith. They could have gotten both the Eve and the Harith together. But you know what? I'm not going to knock it. It could still have the turnaround, but there's a comfort for Marco. It's the pick that they got. And Haji rushing the Sky Piercer. Yo, Falcons know that they have a good lead here and that they can just build through it. If they can continue this and then Haji starts getting stacks, it could be over by minute 12, minute 13.
Yeah. Oh,
First putting a timer. Wait. Well, is he actually going to use Heaven's Wrath? Oh, there he goes. Kirk did not expect that damage. Even the Appraiser's Wrath was committed right there.
I almost wondered, why did Flap go for that initiation? Well, there is the answer right there. And again, when you work in conjunction, hold on, they're actually
there are just so many fights happening across the map.
Yeah, Marco and Savero are having their duel. I almost said Savero.
No, we don't need a gold lane. We already have Shazo. So.
Yeah, we have Shazo. Okay. So, I lost my train of thought. Where am I? Okay, Dreadnought Armor. Let's look at the items. Let's look at the items.
Train of thought. First item I see, Dreadnought Armor.
It's actually a Thunderbelt for Ogwin. It's been a while since I've seen a Thunderbelt priority. Because most people have admittedly agreed, if you're not Marcel, Thunderbelt is trash.
Oh, wait. King Kong.
There's a good kick.
That's a lot of damage, but now Kyle all alone up against 3. If he still survives this, okay, he won't. King Kong finally picks him off. Flap, though, on to Super Prince. Heaven's Wrath once again.
Kyle goes down, but Team Falcons still capitalizing. Gold lane battle right here. They're going to be fine. Oh, Flap. They want to go for King Kong?
This is the second time they've been trying to interrupt him in his jungle.
Yeah. They weren't able to steal or stop him from getting his own purple buff, but he will bring King Kong down low, meaning Falcons will get another free turtle. With the lineup that can snowball out of control, time is ticking for ONIC. Will time run out for ONIC time?
All right. With that being said, Team Falcons find themselves still in the lead. You can see how they're playing around at speed with this lineup that they have. And it's a lot of usage with a little bit of crowd control they have, but man, Flap with the Sora so far has been able to go ahead and do what we saw back when Kirk had the Sora. And it's making me wonder what Kirk's going to do with the adjustments here. Super Marco going 1v1.
Another duel, but this time, Super Marco wins it out. Severo, I mean, he didn't have the flicker, yeah, but...
Yeah. I mean, for a good amount of time, they just, I think for like 3 or 4 times we've got down to the gold lane, it's been Zalman Force versus Blazing the Wet, but it just got to the point where Severo could not handle the damage of Harith anymore.
Oh! As James Beck would say, no! And even the penalty zone gets dodged!
I can vision the flex that came after that in Flap's head, because you can see how he's playing the Sora, pushing it to the limit, and just seeing what he can get away with. That's how he's deciding to play it. Let's take a quick look at the items here as Team Falcons have had a 4K ahead.
Dreadnought armor. I mean, still there. Okay, so Dominus Eyes is going to be a rusher for Kirk. Of course, King Kong needed to build the Hunter Strike as a rush. Just Chastise Pauldron being the priority for Brusco should help somewhat a little bit with the damage of the Harith, with the attack speed that he has, and at the same time reducing the attack speed. Oh, wait, the King Kong.
Okay, Fogwin forced to use the flicker. Haji, though, look at how much damage he's dealing on this. Energy Eruption doesn't connect. But this is Falcons in full control.
Yeah, they could just keep this up, keep going. Even if Kirk commits a penalty zone here, Falcons still has way too many items under their belt. Kirk with a dominant size. Seems like the Thunderbelt is working out for Ogwin very well. ONIC should not contest this, and they will give it up. A free one for Falcons. I mean, personal estimate, 12 to 13 minutes, this could be over. Unless ONIC somehow find a miraculous turnaround. Oh no, Severo up top. Here comes Flap.
Okay. Oh! He was just too quick, but no one can run away from both Ogwin and Flap. Look at that. He just used the Heaven's Wrath on the Little Wanderer.
There is a whole lot of pressure now for Severo that he is feeling from this lineup for Team Falcons, and Super Marco's loving it. Oh, mid lane.
That was not the direction they wanted. Kyle finding the energy eruption on Kirk. Will not have enough damage to deal with him just yet. But this is going to be enough for them to finally take this turret.
Yeah, they just want to get this tier 1 down in the mid, opening up the map some more. That's 4 turrets now for Team Falcons, ballooning the lead up to 6,000 gold ahead. After taking 3 of the turtles, they set themselves up in a great position to eventually take the Lord once it's up in about a minute here. So ONIC is going to have to do something nearly amazing to put themselves in a position to actually contest against this. I'd be more surprised if they even decide to fight in a minute for that Lord, or just let it go, because Severo is severely behind. 2,000 gold behind Super Marco.
Lost in lane against Marco. It also did not help that the lead that his opposing gold laner has is built through the fact that Falcons got all turtles. King Kong, he's stuck.
Oh, Kyle.
Kyle.
Look at that aura.
Oh, man. Kyle knows. He's like, I know you're a Suyo, so you'll be fine, I'm sure.
Oh, it's a chair. Oh, my.
No.
Hey, the Holy Shields are still there. Oh, there goes the setup from Flap. 4,000 rework manipulation. Oh, what? Ogwin still goes in. That cost him his life. Now that's the counter penalty zone. Kyle will have his dash any moment now. But they lost one member in the process.
There's some heat here.
Yeah, there's some heat, and sorry, Falcons, you guys just lost a bunch of aura after that, dude. Why?
It wasn't necessary. It almost reminded me of what we were saying earlier with Ogwin on the Cho in game 2.
What the hell? Sorry, it's just like...
He closed his notebook.
Yeah, I was like,
Because he
why?
doesn't. There's no analysis there other than why.
Why? Ogun. Kyle already brought out a cigarette with a chair. I think Ogun got so excited. He's like, oh yeah, let's just go for it, bro. If ONIC starts a turnaround after that, forget about it, bro. No way.
Okay.
Team Falcon still has the lead. They've got control right now. They are going to take this, so they're going to take this Lord.
Yeah.
And get ready to march towards the base. So even after that, you'll see some key items being picked up here too. Divine Glaive now for Hanji. Kyle gets the Chastised Pauldron. And so even with that play on it, we'll have to go ahead and hope that they can still defend against this. Maybe they lose a base turret or two. Maybe not. Even with this, they should still be able to maintain base turrets.
Yeah, they still have the Holy Shields because that one attempt that Falcons did, whatever it was unsuccessful in at least even just taking down the Holy Shield. So that's still there for ONIC.
I'm sorry, I'm envisioning this. I just have, because the way like Fredrin has his hand in his pocket and he does that, he's like, yeah, it's cool. And it's like, oh, it's like, I'm Joe. I want to be cool too.
He sits down and then he just sees the Khalid come in, and now Fredrin's like, what the hell are you doing?
Sees him riding on a raging sandstorm.
Oh well, Falcon's still marching and they still do have a lead. The Lord is still very far away, so they are going to be able to force out Holy Shields here. A base turret might be too difficult and too optimistic to expect to get taken down here. Yeah. But with all of the advantage and the damage, it's really going to be up on the members of ONIC to be able to get a really great clap back here.
I'm not sure what's going on here in the MPL arena.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
There is.
But we gotta pay attention to this.
Oh, the base.
Captain Paul's Volume Beam all land onto Kirk, who goes in for the penalty zone and actually catches multiple members, but it's not gonna be enough. They're still brought outside of the real world manipulation. Kirk and Bruce are down. The Appraiser's Draft still lands with Severo, and the Lord is in the base. Kyle actually gets taken down though, placing do-it defense by Severo, and still somehow they buy some time.
Still not over yet. 12 minutes has passed, and ONIC has miraculously held on with great defense. Kirk and Brusco has fallen. Kyle as well. There are still minion waves marching in, and Falcons want to try.
It's another Zaman Force by Marco, but they will just take this turret. ONIC have defended against Falcons, but they will have to let go of 2 base turrets.
Okay, they lose two base turrets. I thought they'd be able to maintain base turrets actually, but
yeah,
unfortunately not for ONIC. So now, even further behind at this point, Team Falcons in a clear position to continue to make this happen in their favor here. Yeah. Just have controlled the game from start to finish up to this point, and they're taking control this side of the map.
Severo just has Eternity, but at this point he needs a Malefic Roar.
Yeah.
I mean, the damage is there, but it's not. It's going to be a long grind for ONIC to be able to turn things around. Haji already has 2 stacks on a Skypiercer.
Yeah.
Or no, it could be 3. He built it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Falcons got the early kill. Haji did not get that kill. He built the Skypiercer knowing that they have advantage, and then he got 3 kills after that.
Yep.
So it would be around 30 plus.
Hey.
Lord for the taking, free for them to go ahead and take. I don't think you're going to be able to do anything if you're ONIC. Just have to defend, yeah.
What are they doing in mid?
I mean, at this point, they know they just have to defend.
Yeah.
There's not much they can do. King Kong will try to push in one of the off lanes here, but you ultimately just got to wait for that push with the Lord to come through with Team Falcons.
Okay.
I will say this now. If I'm Kirk, I'd be kind of frustrated. You know why?
Why?
Imagine game number 1, he started off like that with a Sora.
Yeah.
And then in a crucial game number 3, where it was like, hey, coach, come on, let's pick up the Sora first pick. It ends up going to Falcons. And he ends up with Terizla.
Yeah, I think this is a great show of exactly what we mean by Terizla being kind of an NPC. There's not too much you can do.
Yep.
Gonna try to use the penalty zone here on this base defense. Owen has immortality. They got to deal with this Lord. The last turret does go down though.
Okay.
Team Falcons in a position to push this one in if they can.
Severo has to keep himself safe, but never mind! Now they catch two. It's Brusco and Kirk who they try to work on first. Brusco is nowhere to be found. King Kong falls next, and Falcons are in the base. Kyle gets traded out. The quick sandguard somehow still saves Ogun. Gets a better miraculously defend this. It's a no! Falcons wins the series 2-1!
ONIC had their moment at the start of the week to close it out with their debut. It's Falcons that get on the winning column. A great start for the Haji-led Falcons.
We asked the question earlier on in the panel, is Haji the missing piece to this puzzle for Team Falcons? Well, he's definitely a part of this new Falcons lineup. A great series against ONIC Philippines here. Respect all around. It took a little bit for Team Falcons to come online. You can see here, Flap giving the hug over to Severo. They knew that they locked down Severo, man.
Yeah.
That was the plan for Team Falcons.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all great friends. These guys all like basically work out together, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're practically neighbors
Yeah,
too.
they're practically neighbors. They they visit the same gym. Hell of a series though to end week 1.
Yeah, it was both Kyle and Flap who tried to really lock down Severo in that last moment. And even if they were unsuccessful in targeting him, per se, that was already enough to slowly get into the base, to slowly secure the win against ONIC. And it was a really unpleasant experience for Severo. That early 0-3, 7 minutes into the game, and the very difficult path to recovery as a Claude who unfortunately has to go up against a Harith who's already scaled enough into the late game. So these are things we were really worried about heading into the draft, and they just proved to us why. But still, a very commendable performance by Falcons in their debut.
Great to see that from Team Falcons. Let's go to Thrower on stage for our winning interview. There we go. I've always loved the personalities of Team Falcons, man.
Yeah, man.
Every single one of them, and it's so funny because you guys, if you've seen Haji throughout the seasons, you know he's being affected by this kind of personality. Flap himself. And all the culture, it's such a, I don't know, I guess I really relate to this because it's such a bro culture. It's such a gym bro culture between those guys, which was started by Coach Ducky. So it's great to see Coach Ducky again in person too with these boys here. So just, again, congratulations to Team Falcons. Congratulations to the MVP of the match there, Super Marco, and our MVP of Game 3, Flap.
Easiest Sora pickup for Falcons. I still cannot believe it was Eve as the rush for ONIC. I know the thought probably was they knew that the Harith was most likely going to go to Falcons, even though I really think they should have picked up the Harith themselves.
Yep.
So they decided, you know what, we're going to pick up the Cloud for Severo, we'll go up against the Harith, at least we'll have the Eve to deal with it. But then what are you giving up? You're giving up so much impact. The same impact that Kurt delivered in game number 1 with the Sora, Flap delivered yet again in this game number 3. I'm trying to go back if he was also, nope, he was also the Sora in game number 2, and even then he was also problematic for ONIC to deal with. So giving up the Sora was an eyesore in my book. But Falcons, they jumped on it. They doubled down on an old favorite. If there's no other way to go, you just go pick up Fredrin in the jungle. You're Filipino anyway. You know how to make that work. Super Marco gets the Harith again. And of course, with the advantage that they were able to build themselves early, the moment we saw that Skypiercer pick up by Haji, you know Falcons knew that they are going to win this quick.
Yeah, so tricky. Especially for Severo right there. I mean, I think if you look at both sides, it generally did not favor ONIC at all, which made things much more difficult for the trio mid. Because as much as we mentioned that earlier, yeah, you might not want to really rotate as much to the Terizla. You're not going to get as much value out of that. But you saw what Falcons did. It was mostly on King Kong that they decided to focus their attention on. Because Severo was being handled very well by Super Marco in lane. Like, there were countless duels that took place in the bottom lane. And eventually, that fourth one, I think, was the one where Super Marco won over Severo. And it was so hard.
I also don't think that we saw a lot of times where Severo could not get farm. It just also really didn't help that all the turn